My name is Takesha Johnson, and I'm the founder of Champion Your Scars Empowerment Coaching. I am here as a master life coach, ready to explore the audacity to elevate. Honestly, when you are working and you hear about the audacity of individuals, it's usually in a negative way, right? Like they have the audacity to XYZ, or the audacity, right? But what exactly does audacity mean? I want to explore three definitions of this word because it helps to shine a light on why you have to have audacity in order to get where you want to go. The first definition that I came across was the willingness to take bold risks. And if you intend to elevate yourself from a space that nobody else has dug themselves out of, if you intend to become someone that other people may thought that you couldn't be, you have to have the ability to take bold risks. You have to be willing to take the risk that is going to get you where you want to be. The second definition was rude or disrespectful behavior. Well, there's going to be times where standing up for yourself will be deemed by those outside of you as rude. I know she did. Yes, she did. Who does she think she is? Everything God says I am. Right? In my culture, even having an opinion that was different, right, from your parents was disrespectful. So you have to know that when you challenge paradigms, challenge ideologies, challenge what people are used to, you might be deemed disrespectful. And that's a part of the audacity that you have to have in order to get to the next level. The last definition is a bold or arrogant disregard for normal restraints. Get outside that box, right? But don't do it in a way that you crawl back into the corner. Don't do it in a way that you have to cower, but you gotta be bold. Come boldly, step boldly, because when you make that bold step, anything that's under your foot gets crushed. Anything that's in your way knows you're coming. So you have to have a level of boldness, and some would call it arrogance. Very often with that arrogance and that growth, you hear people say, who do they think they are? Right? And apparently, I'm everything God said I'm supposed to be. But when you get to that question of who do you think you are, my question to you is, who taught you? Who taught you about you? Most of our lives, we are influenced by other people's thoughts, other people's ideas of who we are and who we should be. We start at home usually, right? Many of us have two-parent households, many of us don't. Some of us come from single mother households, some of us don't. Some people have foster homes, some people were raised by their grandparents, but inside of their home life there was some identity development. Somebody was telling you who you are. Somebody was speaking positivity or negativity over you. Many times you probably still hear the voices in your head. The question is, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Your family, right? So even when outside of the household, the most frequent visits, the most frequent opportunities for people to influence how you feel about you were family members. How does that influence your image? How does that change how you feel about you? But now in today's society, we have this new fun thing, social influence, right? And so what we have is a whole lot of people who are comparing themselves to other people's highlight reels, to staged events, to things that they're using to get likes so that they can get paid. But it's not even their real life. And we have the audacity to try to compare ourselves to that. And I know God has to be laughing because he knows that we are more than that, because our actual is more than this stage play. Do you accept what was said about you? So with all of these influences, home, family, social, Are you accepting what people are saying? Or are you challenging that with what exists on the inside of you? Because you can only live by what you accept for yourself. You are the master of your faith. And your elevation depends on who you choose to believe. When I used to go to church, they used to ask us all the time, whose report do you believe? Well, depending on that report, which one you allow to feed you the most, that's what's going to either hinder or help your elevation. This journey to the elevated, the best self, that's all yours. Nobody can do it for you, but there is support to walk you through it if you reach out. Right? So the first thing I would ask you is, what were you told you could be? Think about what people always said. Think about the outside noise. Because you have to learn how to cancel that out. You have to learn how to be able to accept what is in alignment with who you are and make trash of what is not. The next thing you need to realize is, what do I want to be? Who are you? Who have you chosen to be? What path are you walking that will get you where you want to be in life? In your mind, what is it that you always believed about yourself? Have you woke up with an image of yourself that you are working towards? But there are some people that are constantly, or some things that are constantly telling you, oh no, that's not for you, no, that can't be, because they've never seen it. Yeah. Now you have to make the choice. If you know what is within you, there is nothing outside of you that should control how you get there. And lastly, when you figure out who you are and where you want to be, and you believe in yourself enough to take the steps, you got to have the audacity to elevate. Yeah. You have to control your rise. You have to control your elevation and allow no one else to dictate how far you can go. The question is, which one do you choose? Do you choose fear or do you choose faith? You might have an idea that you are not good enough. That's fear. Because in your body you know you have an attraction for something better. You want something bigger. And so in faith you say, I am everything that God says I am. In fear, they're younger. They're more palatable. Okay? They're more experienced. Don't allow that fear to enter your mind or to challenge your purpose. Because in faith we know God uses who God chooses. Period. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter who else is a contender. What God has for you is for you. You might think, because this is very important in today's society, they won't like me. Well, guess what? Very few people like those who tell them the truth, because you're holding them accountable. Being liked is not important. Being in purpose is the most important thing that you can do. And know that in faith, they don't have to like me, but they will respect me. Fear, when you do this work and you learn who really is for you, who really is not for you, what is for you, what atmospheres you should be in, who you should be around, who feeds your spirit instead of you feeling depleted every time you go around them, it starts to feel a little lonely. So that fear of loneliness will have to be challenged with the faith and knowing that God separates you from what doesn't serve you. So my question to you is, do you have the audacity it takes to be all you say you can be? Do you have the boldness to take the steps required for you to grow without worrying about the outside voices, the outside influences, the old voices, the old ideologies, those who cannot see the conversation that was had between you and your Creator, the God in you. Do you have the audacity to elevate? Thank you for your time. My name is Takesha Johnson of Champion Your Scars. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time. My phone number is 269-224-2858. Website www.championyourscars.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.